I can see how the first two principles work together. Look ahead and look around. Both give you a better idea of what's going on in front of and around your bus.
Yeah, and if you don't know what's going on ahead of you and around you, you have more time to react and adjust to the constantly changing conditions.
And that brings us to the third safety principle: leave room around your bus. Let's go back to our airplane comparison. Compared to cars, buses, and trucks, airplanes almost never have collisions. Why? Well, the biggest reason is they have plenty of room all around them, usually thousands of feet or even more. So, even though they're traveling very fast, they have plenty of room to avoid colliding with something else, like another plane. But that's not the case with professional bus operators. You're surrounded by other vehicles and pedestrians, and they're all going about their business with little regard for you. Other drivers don't drive professionally, and we have to allow for their mistakes. Leaving room around your bus helps you avoid collisions.
That's right. The first and most important place to leave room is right in front of your bus. It's the easiest place to control the amount of room you have. Make sure you always maintain at least a 4-second following distance. Just like the principles look ahead and look around, maintaining your proper following distance gives you time to react and make decisions. If you're too close to the vehicle in front of you, like this guy, you won't have time to react. You need to maintain room around your bus on all sides and at all times. A 4-second following distance gives you control. It gives you time to make decisions and provides room for the bus to stop. To figure the 4-second following distance, scan ahead and find a fixed reference point, a sign, stoplight, or other road element. Then, when the vehicle in front of you passes that object, count out 4 seconds, like this: 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. You should reach the object at or after 4 seconds. If you reach the object in less than 4 seconds, you're following too closely. Slow down and increase your following distance to at least 4 seconds. Of course, other drivers will often pull in front of you. So when that happens, adjust your speed to create more room between you. That'll give you more time so you can safely react to the unexpected. By maintaining a 4-second following distance, you'll have plenty of time to allow for the other driver's mistakes. At Veolia Transportation, 4 seconds is the minimum safe following distance that applies to clear conditions with dry roads. In poor weather or limited visibility, you have to increase your following distance to 5, 6, 7, or even more seconds. This is covered in greater detail in the following distance course. Leaving room around your bus buys you time. You'll want to leave room on all 6 sides of your bus. Front, which you can maintain by keeping an adequate following distance. In the rear, on each side of the bus, and above and below the bus. The areas to your sides and rear are a little harder to keep clear. Sometimes, to maintain room in the rear, you have to slow down to motivate an impatient tailgater. When you slow down, they usually either back off or pass you. You can't always leave room to your sides, but when you're on the highway, adjust your speed when someone is driving right next to you at the same speed. Too much can go wrong, and if you're driving right next to someone at the same speed, there's nowhere to go if something up ahead presents a problem. Either move ahead of the other vehicle or back off so they're no longer right next to you.
One thing's for sure, we have to allow for other drivers' mistakes.
Every day. But I've come to realize it's not completely their fault. Usually they just don't know any better. They haven't been properly trained.
Mm-hmm. That's right. In fact, that's the big difference between a professional operator and an amateur driver. We get paid to drive. People put their lives in our hands, and we're expected to not only be better than everyone else out on the road, but to even be good enough to make up for their mistakes and save them from having collisions.
And that's one of the main reasons you always want to leave room. You also have to leave room above and below the bus. Be on the lookout for low overhead clearances. And remember they're not always marked with a warning sign. Keep an eye out for road conditions that can cause the bus to bottom out, and be on the lookout for debris in the road.
Leave room also helps you expect the unexpected. For example, the driver in front of you realizes at the last minute they need to turn, and they suddenly stop right in front of you. A child or an animal runs out in front of you. A car suddenly pulls over on the highway due to an emergency, like a flat tire. Traffic coming from the other direction crosses into your lane. As a professional operator, you need to leave room for all these possibilities and others that can happen at any time.
It's just like we said before. We have to allow for other drivers' mistakes.
Because you never know when someone around you will do the unexpected.
And if you're following too closely or didn't leave enough room, you won't have enough time to react.
And you'll end up rear-ending the car in front of you or going off the road, both of which would be your fault and potentially very serious.
Remember, expect the unexpected and leave room. And always maintain at least a 4-second following distance.
Leave room is good advice for any driver, but especially important for bus operators. Because of the bus's size, it will take you longer to stop. But if you leave room, you'll have time to react and avoid collisions. Stop now and answer these few questions together.